It is 217 BC, a century after the death of Alexander the Great. His successors still vie for dominance over the once prosperous empire. Over the past 3 years, the Seleucid king Antiochus III has pushed through Syria. Ptolemy IV has gathered an army of natives in an effort to meet him at Raphia. With the country in crisis, he knows that defeat would mean nothing less than the end of his dynasty in Egypt. Antiochus, conqueror of Syria, and his Seleucid army, now marches on Egypt. Ptolemy has amassed a large and varied force to meet the Seleucid threat. However, Ptolemy's Atlas elephants are panicked by the larger Indian breed commanded by Antiochus. They will not bear being close to them in the coming battle. Ptolemy must be victorious at Raphia, or his kingdom will surely fall.
My lord, the Seleucid forces approach us. Our elephants will not stand being close to those of the enemy. Please avoid them at all costs.
What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So today we're going to be doing a legendary difficulty playthrough of the Battle of Raphia, where Ptolemy IV meets his Seleucid Empire opponent. This is shortly after Alexander the Great's empire was split up into lots of different sort of client factions, and there was that beginning power struggle for his empire when he passed away. Now, this battle I've played once before in legendary difficulty, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of scraped through it. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a rough sort of outline on what to do. We've got quite a good strong amount of forces here. We've got your pikemen, which are going to be crucial. They are going to be our centre of our infantry line, and you're going to want to position them up sort of anywhere on the battle map, really, facing their line. And then we've got a few more units. So we've got some Egyptian infantry, which you're going to want to position just behind your pike line, and we've also got some Galatian mercenaries, and then some carrying axemen as well. They're going to want to be positioned just behind the pike line as well, the little phalanx that you got in the middle. Then we've also got some mercenary hoplites. Now, obviously, you can do a lot with these. You can use them as sort of support for the cavalry, or you can use them to sort of strengthen your infantry line. Personally, I would use them on the flanks. This way you've got a nice little body of hoplites on each flank. Their endurance is going to be a little bit longer if they do get caught in a sort of one-to-one fight with any of their infantry units, because obviously their defense is a lot higher, and you won't really have to worry about them routing either. So you're going to want to put your pike on phalanx mode. Let's just grab these two guys. Obviously that way they're locked in for defense. And then we're also going to want to start positioning our cavalry units at the back here, and our skirmishers too. So if we get all of our skirmish units, bring them up to the front and position them so they're ready to start pummeling their infantry line. We're also going to want to bring each unit of our peltists along to the flanks as well. The main reason for that is because of their war elephants. So as you saw in the beginning of this video, our African war elephants are not going to be standing up to a fight against their African elephant or against their elephants. So for that reason, we've got to keep them away from these guys in the battle. So the plan is essentially to take them out with our peltists and lock them in with our cavalry as well. So we're going to bring these guys on our flank. We'll also bring these 3 units here and our general as well on the right flank, and we're going to want to get our scythe chariots pretty much involved in the fight immediately, because they can be a great distraction to them. And we're also going to want to bring our elephants up just so we can disturb their lines as well. Now as you can see, they're charging up with their lines. If we can bog them down with our hoplites here, that'd be great, and then we can sort of pretty much destroy them with our peltists. And then same on this flank as well. Just lock them in. There you go. As you can see, they're pretty much already starting to panic, which means they're going to be a little less armoured. And these guys are pretty much down. So that's already destroyed their units. So I'm unbelievably happy with that. Actually, that's a really good outcome. Let's also get our camel archers involved in this. These guys, obviously, they got a little bit more defense, but you're going to want to spend as much time as you can, or so as quickly as you can, taking these elephants out, because otherwise they're going to do some serious damage to us. So we got our chariots here. Obviously, they're just sort of feinting attacks against their cavalry. You're going to want to just kind of lure them away. So as you can see, we've kind of isolated them. We've kind of brought them away from their infantry line, which is going to be a great opportunity for us to get our camel archers involved and get some charges in with our chariots. Yeah, that's perfect. There we go. I'm also going to use our camel archers just to get some good flanking attacks in their pikemen. Lovely. And we can also start to think about getting our cavalry involved in the fight as well. So as you can see here, their elephants are all dead, and they're pretty much waiting for the next wave of attack from their units. But right now, I'm really happy just keeping everyone still at the moment and just pummeling their guys, because look, we're already routing 1 unit of their pikemen, 2 units, and we've got a 3rd unit here that we're starting to destroy, so that's really good. Chariots, they've done pretty well actually. They're starting to push their guys away. We're just going to make sure that we don't lose focus here, because obviously you can get quite distracted. So the best thing to do is just to maintain pressure and micromanage your units, because at the moment I'm actually starting to lose a little bit of focus here. But if we can just start to take their units out one by one, we're pretty much catching them on the back foot really that way. And then they're sort of, you know, trying to regroup their units, but as you can see, we've pretty much got them in a big cluster in the middle here, so our skirmishers can get some really good shots out on them. I might even bring this unit of peltists from each flank just to get a load of good shots in. I'll also put these guys in skirmish mode. Lovely. And it's also, whilst you're pummeling their centre with all of our skirmishers, obviously this might not happen exactly how it has on my screen. You may have to sort of adjust your battle strategy a little bit compared to what I'm doing, but essentially if you lock them in place, everything should go to plan. Okay, yeah, see, this is a little bit of a silly idea. Started to bring our peltists out and they've actually gotten attacked, so maybe leave your peltists behind your infantry line. There we go. Start to get our guys involved. And we've also got these 3 units of cavalry on the flank, so let's start bringing our left flank up. As you can see, we've pretty much destroyed all of their cavalry over here. We're going to get our scythe chariots out to the mix and bring them behind their guys. And then get some good charges in with our African elephants as well. There we go. Happy days. Let's just get a charge in on their cavalry launchers. Yeah, this battle's actually going really well. Obviously, if you keep your main infantry line at the front here, you shouldn't have to worry about too much, to be honest, because you'll be able to sort of keep any attacks off on their infantry with your pikemen, and then also just deal with the flanks with your cavalry and your skirmishers, and maybe a few units of the infantry that we pulled aside. That'd probably be a good idea. Right, so they've come out with their companion cavalry. It's a really stupid idea actually, because obviously we've got 3 units there and we're totally outnumbering them, so perfect. And as you can see here, this unit of companion cavalry is pretty much destroyed. We've just got to polish off the last few men. Back here, they're being dealt with nice and easy. They're just sort of causing a little bit of an issue, but literally nothing to worry about. This unit of elephants, they haven't got that many kills actually, so let's start getting some good charges in here. Put them on stampede mode and just ruin this silver shield pikeman here. As you can see, we've got a ton of kills there, and then we can just start to think about bringing them out back into their lines. Yeah, that companion cavalry is pretty much gone. Lovely. Then back over here, how are things going? We'll just use a second wind, battle rhythm, and trample as well, just to get some of these companion cavalry units on our flank there pretty much destroyed. And that's pretty much all sorted. Lovely. Chariots there, they're not doing too good. Let's have a look at how many kills we've got with them. 92. I feel like you probably could get a better use of them if obviously you focus on them, but I was a little bit more worried about getting those elephants destroyed and killed. A unit of elephants back here is getting a little bit fucked up. Right, probably time to start thinking about getting these guys out, and these guys can start chasing down their units. So we've got a lot of skirmishes on their part to deal with. I think the best tactic for that is obviously using your cavalry, because we've dealt with their cavalry fairly easily. We kind of outnumber them, and then there's also the fact that we've destroyed their elephants early on with our peltists. You don't really have to worry about the skirmishers. That should be a fairly easy job. You can just sort of charge them down, and like, they will not give up much of a fight in a one-to-one battle. Let's just get a nice rear charge on these guys here. We want to ammo with our archers. Here we are. It's fine, not a problem. We'll also get this unit of elephants just to charge in the back there. Yeah, we actually racked up a ton of kills. I think over 100 kills just with that stampede ability, completely disrupting their infantry line. Yeah, we should be pretty much there now by the looks of things. We've routed all of their skirmishers in the back here, and it's just going to be a case of routing this last sort of unit, 2 units back here. And to be honest, let's just bring them back.
Understood.
And that is it, guys. Yeah, easy as that. So the main sort of tactics to take from this battle, it's a really quick one actually. This Battle of Raphia is quite an easy one, I'm not going to lie. This actually went a lot better than it did last time, but a few things to take away from this, such as positioning your infantry in quite a stretched out, strong formation. Make sure that you're able to sort of support each unit as and when they get caught in a fight. With the elephants that come charging at you initially, just make sure you deal with that with the hoplites and any other units you can really get your hands on. The pelters and the hoplites probably going to be the ultimate combination there. And then as and when their units come in, you should be able to fight off in a skirmisher fight just to deal with their infantry line, as you can see here by all these bodies. And then when they get kind of clustered and a bit fucked up, they get into a bit of that, that middle ground here. You can get some really good shots off on them, and then yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. You can just flank them with the cavalry, as you saw with my tactics
Commander,
there,
you have done it.
and that's it.
Antiochus
As
and
you
his
can see,
army have been
Antiochus is now being
destroyed. There can
destroyed.
be no doubt as to who is the
Ptolemy
true
is
successor to Alexander
yeah,
the
the
Great.
new successor, as it should be. Lovely. Victory. So I'm going to press end battle here. We're not going to have a rematch, there's no point in that. A Pyrrhic victory, so we did take quite a lot of deaths. We obviously deployed more soldiers, but I would personally say that compared to their army, they've got much better quality troops. Obviously it's the AI, so they're not going to be great, but we've done this in 10 minutes, so it's dead simple. We lost a hell of a lot less men, and we killed a hell of a lot more, so yeah, I'm really happy with that one. That's gone really well. Next on the list to do is going to be one of these guys. As you can see, Raphia and the Nile are ones that I've already done in legendary mode, so it's probably going to be the Battle of Pydna with King Philip V, and that historical fight. So that'll be a really good one to do next. So I'm going to say thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the like button and share with anyone that you may play Rome 2 with. I know there's not a lot of people left on this game, so would be good for you to share it with anyone that you do know plays. And yeah, I hope this helps. Thanks very much, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.